In a world turned to dust, survival is the only rule. Gasoline is gold. Water is power, and one warlord controls it all. But today his most trusted warrior is about to betray him. Meet Max, a lone survivor. At least he was now, because these lunatics called the War Boys are after him. They reach him and ban. Just like that, Max is grounded. They capture him and drag him back to their base. The game is over. For now, first, they give him a fresh new haircut whether he wants it or not. Then, it's time for some body art. But Max doesn't stay steady. He runs as fast as he can. He is fighting, struggling, but there's nowhere to go. Every path is a dead end. And then, his mind snaps. The past comes rushing in. Then finally, sunlight. Freedom! No, it's not freedom. It's a giant abyss. There are two choices, capture or death. Wait, there's a third option, jump! But in the end, he is forced into option one. Again, game over. Meanwhile, at the same citadel, the War Boys are gearing up for the next mission, and their leader, Joe, the man who controls everything, the one they literally worship, steps forward. He commands his most trusted lieutenant, Furiosa, to head the gas down and bring back what they crave the most, gasoline. Then to please the desperate crowd, Joe opens the water pipes and gives them a taste of water, but only for a second. Just as they feel hope, he cuts the flow, and he warns them, do not, my friends, become addicted to water. And with that, the journey begins. But what looks like a routine run is about to become total chaos. Furiosa has something else in mind. Suddenly, she veers off the main road. The War Boys confused, but they stick with her. One of them asks, "Boss, we're not going to gas down?" She replies, "We're heading east." And bam, just like that, they're detected by this little man. Now, Joe senses betrayal. He rushes to check on his most prized treasure, his braiders, but no, they're gone. The alarm blares. War Boys scramble, grabbing their steering wheels, ready for battle. Nox wants to come to, but barely able to stand. Refuses to be left behind. He grabs his blood bag and hooks it into himself, pumping that crazy blood through his veins. He is not missing this war. Troops are alerting the convoy to stop, but Furiosa does not care. She charges straight into hostile territory. The enemy is getting closer, but Furiosa pushes forward. One of their cars heads straight into a trap. Then this Razor car shredded two of their motorcycles in an instant. That's fair enough. But now, it's the Razor machine's turn to take a hit. Then two more Razor cars approach from the left, aiming to shred the trailer's tires. But Furiosa does not hesitate. She grabs a gun, and bam! The front car slams hard into the back car. The little ones are destroyed. Now it's time for the boss fight. A massive war rig into smaller. Meanwhile, the War Boys are closing in, with Nox leading the charge. They reach the battlefield. Nox's friend hurls an explosive spear straight into the boss's back. Or ass. On the back of the trailer, another War Boy launches a spear, ripping the top off the small car, but the enemy is furious. They fire an arrow right at him, realizing there is no way out. He prepares for a glorious ending. He sprays his mouth, yells, "Witness me," and leaps straight at the rig. Bam! But the boss is still alive. He destroys one of their cars, then starts sawing through Furiosa's door, trying to tear her out. But Nox does not stay behind. He rushes in from the front to help. They cause an explosion that bursts a pressure pipe, knocking the saw off balance, and bombs drop. Bam! Boss deleted. Now, it's time to capture Furiosa, but she doesn't make it easy. First, she rips Nox's car tire, then speeds straight into a giant storm. The War Boys move Max to the back to stabilize the car. Now, Max sees his opportunity. He throws Nox, his friend, out of the car, then takes aim at Nox himself. But there's no time left. They enter the sandstorm. And finally, they catch up to Furiosa. She hands off the extra troops to the storm. And Nox, well, he is having a blast. He shouts, "What a lovely day." He prepares to take Furiosa down. First, he fills the car with gasoline, then drives straight toward her. But before he can blow it up, he crashes into Furiosa. Max survives the crash and tries to break free by shotgun blasting Nox's hand, but it doesn't work, so he decides to carry Nox with him. They reach the war gear and find Furiosa with 5 other women. Max threatens them and takes a drink of water, but as he tries to cut his chain, Furiosa steps in for a fight. It's a very one-sided battle. Meanwhile, Nox wakes up, eager to balance the fight. They manages to catch Furiosa. Now, I have a happy ending for you. Nox and Max wait there. Joe finally arrives. He rewards them with luxury, fuel, and freedom. the women return to their luxurious life. No more of them die anymore. Goodbye.